Okay, so Angela here. I am here with a super awesome human being, Vicki Colt. Vicki, I'm so excited to have you on this call to interview you on what I'm calling saying yes to saying yes to your life, what it took to say yes. And I know we were chatting a little bit earlier about that. So I just love the energy of saying yes. And you are the poster child, as I said earlier, Vicki, about saying yes to you. You know, we say yes to everyone and everything else. It sucks the life force out of us. It diminishes us. And here you are the poster child shining brightly and saying yes to you. So thank you for being on this call with me, Vicki, and helping to inspire others to say yes to themselves. So thanks so much for that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me, Angela.
You're
I'm
welcome.
honored and blessed to be here with you today and having this time with you.
Well, thanks, Vicki. So let's talk about you. Um, our journey began with you saying yes to Why Time.
Mhm.
What was
Yeah.
that like for you, Why Time in itself, and what did it take to say yes to that?
Well, the why time, first of all, was absolutely incredible. Um, you guys are amazing, and spending that time with Jerry and having him really ask me some very, reflective questions. I'm always open for deeper discussions. I think very deeply. I live from my spiritual core. So to be able to have conversations with people that are living from that same space means a lot to me. And, having him share a little bit about himself and, just being able to kind of talk about that and really keeping my mind in that open place all the time to spiritually explore my own journey here, my deeper why, the things that I'm so passionate about and the purpose that I know I'm meant for on this earth. So having that experience and having that time with him was absolutely, phenomenal.
Mhm. Did
So,
did it unfold for you? You'd obviously been on this path for a while, Vicki.
yeah.
Did the Why Time just unfold new levels of clarity? You know, we believe our
Hmm.
Jerry's essence is no one wants to die without knowing why they
Hmm.
exist. Was that what it was like for you? Just that unfolding of clarity and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. I've been on this journey for a while and I've gotten in touch with my purpose here on earth. And, I live from that purpose. I tell people all the time, everything that I do from this moment on in my life has to really matter to me because I look at life as every single moment that we're here is precious. And we
Mhm.
have this brief amount of time, just as you and Jerry share. And what are we doing with it? What are we doing for ourselves? What are we doing for others? How are we connecting? Um, are we living in that space of what we're really meant for here on this earth? So, when I connected with you and Jerry and having that conversation with him, it really was almost, to be honest with you, it was kind of like almost like an outer body experience. Like I am
In
actually
a good way.
Yes, absolutely. I am actually sitting here having a conversation with people that I'm 100% alignment with that is speaking my language right now, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
And what it did in him sharing and asking me some deeper questions, it really did give me even more clarity on that and really had me dig down even deeper because it's something I'm always interested in doing. I'm always open to doing. I'm always learning. I feel like life in itself is a journey of constant self-reflection and learning. And that's what I'm here for. It's never going to stop for me till the day my soul moves on. I am going to be continually on a path of growth. So to be on this journey with you guys and to know that you guys are on that in that same space here is, I was just touched. I was so deeply touched. And it just, again, it made me reflect even more or made me reflect even deeper. The questions that he asked me definitely brought more clarity.
Yeah.
Um, and really in the forward motion that I'm taking my life, my business and my movement even further in life and out into the world. So that meant a lot to me.
I
It really
love
did.
that. I
Yeah.
love that, Vicki, what you shared, because what we see a lot, and I've been a coach for over 10 years in the area, deeply immersed before getting into meditation exclusively, um, in the area of personal growth. And I see that despite this self-help age, and I say this quite often, and with great compassion and understanding for the human condition, that we're all still lost. We cannot answer the question, you know, why am I really here? And I really believe our spirit, well, it was born knowing, and it's a matter of remembering. Jerry says
Yes.
this all the time, right? But what would you say to, I know that these words resonate with people that are going
Mhm.
to be listening to this. Like it's going to be
Yeah.
resonating. What would you say to someone who's maybe listening to these words and afraid to say yes, kind of
Mhm.
sitting on the fence going, oh, I don't know what this why time's all about. I'm a little bit interested, but
Mhm.
what's it all about? What would you say to that person? You know, because
Yeah.
you said yes.
Yeah. Well, I have to kind of take it back to about 15 years ago, Angela, when I found myself in really living in a state of fear. I didn't recognize it as fear. I didn't understand that's how I was living. I've never been a kind of person that, I never felt like I was stressed out or really super worried. I didn't consider myself a worrier. But I found myself in a state of anxiety. It took me a while to know that's what I was going through. And anytime you're feeling anxiety, you're in a state of fear and trying to control things that you have no control over. And I found myself in that state, and I didn't like how it felt. So I wanted to learn everything I could. So moving forward, in learning that and learning how to kind of break that cycle and that habit of giving into that fear, through some amazing mentors and, again, reading, researching, learning, I was able to uncover what it was that was creating that fear within myself, for one. And I learned how to release and surrender, have more faith in life, trust in things, trust in the gifts that I was given by my creator to begin with, which is love, intuition, compassion, understanding. We're all giving these gifts. And I agree with you that we all have this in us. It's just a matter of us remembering again. And I share that with people all the time, So for me, in being able to say yes now is not hard for me, because I have that uh, just intense sense of faith, that belief and trust within God, trust within life itself, and trust within myself and my own tuition. It's a gift. So when I feel something and I feel inspired, I'm going to take action on that. And living in fear, I understand how controlling that can be.
Yeah.
And I will say that when I started learning how to say yes to things, not having to know how it was going to happen, not having to know how it was going to play out, that's an area that I find that a lot of people struggle with, because we all want to know these answers. We all want to know, like, if I say yes, what's going to happen? What's A, B, and C coming next? And I've learned to surrender to that. We don't have to know why, or we don't have to know how. Let me put it that way. We don't have to know how. We don't have to know the steps. And I think that I know for myself and a lot of people I've had conversations about this, we're often taught that when you set a goal or you want something in life, you have to know how to get there. And I'm here to tell people, you do not have to know how to get there. How will always be revealed to you. It's taking inspired action first, saying yes, feeling excited about it. All the answers will be revealed. So, for me, saying yes to, the retreat coming up, and
Yeah.
all the things that I'm doing and feel so passionate about now, has become so easy for me to do that, again, because I'm not living in that space of fear anymore. And I will tell you, it's been absolutely liberating. I feel free to really be truly and deeply who I am and who I was created to be. And that's the most incredible feeling that I want everybody in life to be able to feel. Because going from being anxiety and ridden with fear, saying no to so many things, not really truly living out the life that I feel that I'm truly and purposefully here for. Now being able to do that is just, it's just an incredible feeling. I love it. I love it. And
Amazing.
the outcome of the things that I've been seeing coming into my life has just been incredible as a result. You know, I'm experiencing all the things that are meant for me, all the right people are in alignment with me. And it's just trusting in that, really having trust and faith in that process, and not having to know how, let go, surrender to that.
And you know what? This isn't a really natural thing for us, which is why this conversation is so powerful, to let go, to trust
Mhm.
our intuition, to listen to that, you know, what is bringing us joy and moving in that direction and saying yes to that. We're not conditioned around that. That is a really new and foreign way for us as human beings, which is why it is so powerful to listen to people like you, Vicki, that are just, I used to be in that state of fear, and I know that, so do I know what that was like, but now all of a sudden I'm listening to what's bringing me joy. I'm moving in that direction. I'm saying yes to those things. It's not something that we are conditioned to, and that, but it's so deeply powerful, listening to what brings you joy and what lights you up.
Yeah.
So you have stepped into so much since Y time. You've said yes. You are a yes girl, baby. You know,
Yes, I am.
you are a yes girl. Okay, they should, the next movie. Okay, move over, Jim Carrey. Move over. Okay, sorry, I love you like crazy,
Right.
but Vicki Colt is starring in Yes Girl. Okay,
Yes.
I can see the
I'll
poster.
say yes to that.
Yeah, okay, you will say yes to that. I know you will. So you have said yes to shining your light in the next issue of Definers Mag, you know, really, because the reason why we create that is for you after Y time. It's about magnifying that, like exploring that further, shining a light on that and sharing it with others, which only, you know, deepens it. And it, for you, you are in the upcoming passion book. I know why, all about passion. You're a poster child for that too, girl. Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Passion.
you.
But you also said yes to coming to Tuscany, a retreat we're creating for 9 writers in 2019 in April. What did it take, like, to say, okay, you said yes to a lot, Vicki, and I mean, oh my goodness, what did it take to say yes? Let's talk just specifically about the retreat. We can work backwards from yes,
Yeah.
but yeah.
You know, again, it's really about being in alignment with who I really am, my purpose and what I'm doing, the direction moving forward for me. I think anytime you become clear on what that is, you know, I'm clear of who I am. I'm clear of my purpose here on this earth. I'm clear on the message that I feel inspired to get out into the world, things that I have learned, things that I've become to understand deeper. And it's just so important to me to share that because, you know, when I was struggling in life, you know, I had certain people that opened up things for me. They were able to inspire me in ways and touch me. And one of the things that taught me is that we all, as human beings, as really as spiritual beings, let me correct myself, as spiritual beings having this human experience, we are able to touch each other in that way. We're so intricately intertwined as human beings here. I think that when I was going through some tough times in my own life, I really got clarity and understanding on that. And it made me realize that we all are experiencing some of the most similar things, all different in many ways, but very similar experiences in life. We go through the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of life. And oftentimes we feel that we're alone in that. I know that when I was going through a tough time, I felt like I was alone. And when I realized I wasn't, there was so much, it gave me so much strength and gave me so much, you know, an ability to really grow beyond it, to kind of walk through the fire, get on the other side, and really know that when other people can survive it, I can too, you know? And so for me to be able to now go out and inspire people and share what I've learned in that, and allow them to see that they're able to live their lives passionately and gain and grow in all the things that they want and desire in this life, that they're worth it, that they deserve it, that they are then able to take that and do the same and touch and inspire other people as well. We continue to do that in the world. Think of the world that we're creating, you know,
And the
for now
world
and in the future, you
And the
know?
world needs that now, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like we're
yeah.
really kind of, we often say, and we are not pessimists by any means, but the world's kind of on this tipping point where
Mhm.
it could go either way. And so some
Yeah,
people might think, well, that's kind of frivolous, but it's essential
it
because
is
we have
essential.
created this world where we're destroying the world because
Yeah.
we have had a very predominant fear-based kind of
Mhm.
thinking that is, just been pervasive throughout
Mhm.
generations, centuries. But now it's time to really wake people
Yeah.
up to the importance of saying yes to themselves, their passion, and really remembering why they exist.
Mhm.
So I love it that
Absolutely.
what's happening here, we call it this ripple of why energy. I mean, oh my goodness, of
Yeah,
course you're on fire. You probably were on fire before why time, now that's even magnified. And to
absolutely.
help others with this question, and helping them with that, Vicki. So, and you know what I love about this is it's, people think that it's like we're made of different DNA and different
Mhm.
stuff. We're all made of stardust, baby. We're all made of the same
Yeah.
stuff that the universe is made of. Uh, no more in me than in you than in anybody else.
That's
And
right.
so for you to shift out of fear and into faith and follow your joy and
Mhm.
say yes to yourself, anybody can do that. Anybody,
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely. And
know?
honestly, when you were asking me, what was that like to say yes, to this writer's retreat? Again, it was me being in alignment with knowing where I am and what I want, my purpose here. And when that came into my focus and I reached out for more information, it just made perfect sense to me. My
Yeah.
intuition told me this is where I need to go, this is where I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to explain that on some level until you experience that, but I just knew.
Yeah.
And again, it went back to me trusting and having faith, believing and knowing that my intuition is always leading me right. And, of course, the information that you share is just phenomenal. So, I had that vision and that picture of exactly what you guys are creating there. And of course, I wanted that for me,
Yeah.
being a writer and moving more and more in that direction. I saw this as a fantastic opportunity for me to be surrounded with other writers, to be in a very inspirational, beautiful location and experience that with this deeper connection with all of you. And that's powerful. When you can connect deeply with other people, it's very, very powerful. So I know that, and I'm so grateful for that and for the opportunity to be able to be there. And, again, I said yes, not knowing exactly what I'm going to experience, even, but I have a vision. I have a vision of it. So
And it
it wasn't
starts
hard
with
for me
that.
to say yes.
Yeah. I love that. And, imagine what's possible if more people just say yes to themselves, say yes to the things. I always say when we're sharing the energy of the retreat, when we're sharing the energy of anything we're creating, it's like, listen to that part of you that is just lighting up. That's your soul just kind of like remembering or helping you remember
Yes.
again. And then what do? We get into our analytical mind and we rationalize, tell ourselves rational lies, as Jerry likes to say, and then we shrink back, and
Yeah.
the retreat, for example, it's not about you coming and being an expert writer. People say, oh, I'm not like it's not about that.
Yeah.
If you have something in you to write,
Mhm.
this is it. This is for you. And I love it. It's not going to happen by you staying in the everyday, the busyness of the everyday. It's going to happen, and that's why we're creating
Mhm.
this, from you removing yourself,
Yeah.
and gifting this to you.
Mhm.
And so that's why we're creating this. And I love that you're going to be with us, Vicki.
Yeah.
It's going to be super magical. Um, and if you're listening to this and anything about this is just lighting up a little spark in you,
Mhm.
explore that. Don't let it
Yes.
go. don't shrink back and snuff it out and get back into the life-sucking shoulds and hows and all that stuff.
Yes.
Your life is as brilliant and brief as
Mm-hmm.
mine is, as Vicky's is. Stop living your life as if you have all the time in the world. You don't. And
That's
that's
right.
just real, you
That's
know?
right.
And I know for you, Vicky, if it was, if it was my last year on this earth, everything that I'm creating, I would still be creating it next year. And I know you'd still be coming with us to Tuscany and
Yep.
stepping into, the legacy of being part of this book on passion and helping the world with that. So I thank you so much for being the poster child, okay, of saying yes, the yes girl, saying yes to yourself, your life, your light, your why, but most importantly, inspiring others to do the same. Because that's what happens when you get ignited with your deeper why. It's not, and I love people, we call them why tribe leaders, that I don't just want this for myself, I want this for others. Because
Yes.
imagine, just surrounding yourself with that energy, what kind of ripple that'll create in our world. So I thank you so much for being part of, our lives, being attracted to this energy, so that wasn't random. And so thank you so much for sharing your words and inspiring people to just say yes. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you guys and for the platform that you guys, really put out there and extend to others, and all the work that you guys are doing. You're truly creating a phenomenal shift within our world and sending out so much love and good vibration. And it really does matter. And I feel it. I know so many other people feel it, and you're making a true impact. So thank you guys. And,
Thanks.
yes. And anybody watching and listening to this, just say
Say
yes.
yes.
Say yes. I promise you, you will not regret it. I have not regretted the times I've said yes and just jumped into it. Don't worry about how or the steps or even knowing in advance what's going to happen. Give yourself an exciting, phenomenal journey to just explore. Just be explorative and let it go.
And I'm going to encourage people to reach out to either Jerry or myself, or also to Yes Girl Vicki, to ask what it takes to say yes.
Absolutely.
This has inspired you in any way. So thanks so much, Vicki. Look forward to our journey ahead in 2019 and beyond, changing the world.
Yes.
Thanks, Mimi. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.